So, we are finally here. It'll be nice to knock you guys down a peg today. Oh, you wish. We're just here to cement your downfall. What's going on? Oh, that's right, you weren't here. Well, since we found out Colorado had a hand in throwing us from division contention, we've been waiting for the right opportunity to pummel them. And that opportunity has finally arrived as we play them this week. Well, that opportunity will have to come at a later date. What? I already have the Avalanche winning. There are 6 goals scored in the second. That has Colorado up 4-2, and which was just shutting you guys, shutting you guys out in the third period, and helping Colorado win the season series over you guys. Ha! We're still the best team in the NHL. You can finally drop the tough guy act, Utah. Thanks, scriptwriter. You don't know how much that means to us. Oh, we ain't done yet. Minnesota, come here. Yeah, Utah? Don't you guys also play Colorado this week? I do recall something about that. Think you can beat them? Absolutely. In fact, we will open the scoring. And Nate just has it up 6 minutes later. Did you really think we would just let you win? Okay. Late in the second period, Eriksson gets the second goal of the game to make it 2-1 Minnesota. Zuccarello scores the insurance marker with 5 minutes left in the third period. After a couple of exchange of garbage time goals, we beat you guys 5-2. Utah, what have you done? We can't catch you anymore. We've accepted that. But Minnesota can. Okay, so Minnesota beats Colorado. Actually, that might just work out. Utah, you're beating Minnesota 5-2 after Minnesota beats Colorado. Thanks, scriptwriter. I forgive you for the loss against the Avalanche. We just beat Colorado. How are we losing to Utah? Well, you all beat each other once and lost to each other once. So coming back from the break, you guys all go 1-1. I feel like that's relatively fair. Fine, and the Avs are the only one of you 3 to win the third game you guys play this week, and are now 5 points ahead of the next closest team for top spot in the NHL. Yes, still first, baby. Oh, come on! Now, contrary to some people's belief, we actually have a few big games on the script this week. I wanted to start off with the Oilers and the Ducks. Okay, we did not do good entering the break, but we go on a winning streak right now, and we're right back on track in this Pacific Division. Well, you guys do get a 2-goal lead in the first 10 minutes of the game, and by the end of the second period, you're up 4-2 after 2 late second period goals. Oh, thank goodness, a win was just what the doctor ordered. I appreciate the win, scriptwriter, and getting a few games cushion is Edmonton. You do know a hockey game is more than 40 minutes, right? Yeah, but what are they gonna do? It's not like we blow another 2-goal lead. Actually, you do. 2 early third period goals from Anaheim will tie the game up at 4 apiece. No. Then you guys retake the lead thanks to a power play goal from Savoie at the third point of the game. Phew! I always did like Savoie, but then the Ducks will tie it up again thanks to the goal from Beckett Seneca. Beauty piece of work from Seneca. No, we have had it. Jari is getting pulled. It's a tie game. You realize that, Edmonton. Well, something needs to happen, and maybe it will help in the long term. We pull Jari, okay? Ducks score with a minute and a half left in regulation on Ingram. He scores 6th goal. They win 6-5, and the game's done in regulation. No! We had 2 2-goal leads. No! Yes, that's gotta be the most resilient effort of the entire season. And now we are second in the Pacific Division. Scriptwriter, how do we end the week? Well, you make a couple more 2-goal comebacks against the Winnipeg Jets, and eventually you take them down 5-4 in overtime. You follow that up with a couple more comebacks and taking down the Flames 3-2 in a shootout. Well, given how many times we were down this week, I will take the 6 points in being second in the Pacific Division. And how do we finish the week, scriptwriter? Well, I feel a bit bad about that back and forth game I gave you guys against the Ducks. I'm sure your heart can't take any more of this. So how about I let you guys win 8-1 over the Los Angeles Kings? What? This coming a day after LA lost to a Vegas team who was without 5 regulars, gave up a lead and lost 6-4 in regulation. I feel like I'm being targeted here. How does that sound, Edmonton? Anytime we can beat up on the Kings is a good day. So, you know, I do feel a little bit better. Great. I'm not even going to tell you what's going to happen Saturday. Why? Because we decimate the San Jose Sharks? Sure. Now, LA, no scriptwriter, I demand an explanation as to why we came out of the break so badly. How about I let you guys end the week with a win over the Calgary Flames, and I'll even let you fire Jim Hiller if you want to. Whoa, really? Sure, why not? Great, the nightmare is over. Hiller is finally gone. And now we have DJ Smith as our interim head coach. Okay. Seattle, you go 1-1-0 this week, you beat Vancouver, lose to Dallas, and you're still in a playoff spot. You know what? I'm just shocked we are actually still in a playoff spot, so I can't be too upset. Yeah, but I suggest you do start winning some games soon, because LA and Nashville are right behind you. Us? Yep, you guys. I'm giving you guys 3 out of possible 4 points this week, and you guys are only 3 points back of a playoff spot now. Oh, great. Now I have to decide if we're going to be buyers or sellers at this year's trade deadline. Thanks a lot, scriptwriter. No problem. Oh, you meant that sarcastically. Well, never mind then. Some other things to go over here. Dallas was going undefeated this week. Crap. Washington gets themselves back into the playoff race. Carolina is now in sole possession of the entire Eastern Conference. They lead the East. Pittsburgh gets 5 out of 6 points and retains second spot in the Metro Division. And we made a trade. Really? You made a trade this week? What did you do? Acquired Girard and a second from the Avalanche in exchange for Kulak. Really, Colorado? We need some cap space, and Kulak's been pretty dang good in the playoffs the last couple of years. I think it was a pretty good trade. Wow. So the Dubas just turned the Jari contract into Skinner, Girard, and 2 seconds, Pittsburgh? Yep. Dubas's asset management skills are off the charts. I hurt inside. I knew we shouldn't have gotten a goalie who was on waivers last year. Yeah, that trade must make Oilers fans hate Stan Bowman's guts. Now, another big game we have this week is one between the Blue Jackets and the Islanders. Please let there be no blown lead this time. Please let there be no blown lead this time. That game starts off with the Jackets getting a 2-goal lead and then giving up 3 straight goals to give the Islanders their first lead of the game, 3-2. Not again. Yes! Then Pentilli scores right afterwards to tie the game back up at 3. Oh, enough of this. Which one of us wins? The Islanders, Holmstrom, in overtime. Gosh dang it. How many points out of a playoff spot are we now? 5 back of Boston and 9 back of the Isles. And how do our other 2 games go, scriptwriter? Well, you win both. 4-3 in OT against the Habs to keep your stellar record in overtime alive. And then Lee scored the late game winner to help you guys win 5-4 over Florida to finish the week. But maybe more importantly, I have Schafer scoring twice against the Habs to break the all-time record for most goals by our defenseman who's 18 years old. And then he scores twice against the Florida Panthers to become only the 4th rookie defenseman in NHL history to have a 20-goal season in his rookie year. Thank you, scriptwriter. Thank you. All I wanted for this year was for Schafer to have a really good season, and now he's the Calder favorite. And there's already a top 10 defender in the NHL that could lead us to the playoffs. As an Islanders fan, I haven't been this happy in a while. No problem. Now, it is good to be back. We won 3 straight games entering the Olympic break. So, give me the good news, scriptwriter. Sorry, Toronto, but there isn't any good news here. You lose all 3 games this week to Atlantic rivals Tampa, Florida, and Ottawa, and you get outscored 14-4. No, you must be lying. We aren't that bad. When Ottawa takes a 2-1 lead in the second period of your game there on Saturday, you're getting outshot 18-3. Are we actually that bad? I wouldn't be laughing, Florida. After beating Toronto, you lose your next 2 games. Your title's them in points, and you are still 8 points out of a playoff spot. What? We are in the same boat as Toronto? Yeah, I'm not sure either of you will be making the postseason this year. And lastly, I want to talk to Tampa. Yeah, scriptwriter, are we still first in the Atlantic Division? Yes, you're still first in the division. Like I said, you beat Toronto. And then we'll nearly overcome a 3-0 deficit, but narrowly lose to the now East League Carolina Hurricanes 5-4. And that's alright. Carolina's a pretty good team, and we could only be 21-1 for so long. Yeah. And then on Saturday, you lose 6-2 to Buffalo. What? Are you serious? Yep, it's 4-0 by the end of 1, and Buffalo chases Vasilevsky, who going into the game had a 17-0-1 record in his last 18 games. Okay, and how far up are we on them for a division lead? 4 points up on Buffalo with 2 games in hand. Okay, we're still in control of our own fate, but we really need to get that game out of our heads. Thanks, scriptwriter. That win may have just solidified ourselves as a playoff team. I don't think we've been in this position in a while. things have finally clicked, and we may finally do it. I said change was coming, and what better change than having the Buffalo Sabres in their 14-year playoff drought. I couldn't agree more. Now, to add a trade deadline and make a run in what is a weak Eastern Conference in this year's playoffs. If Buffalo makes it to the conference final before this Leafs core does, I may cry. Well, it's time. Who wants Thomas?